Howdy. And spoiler alert, this video might not go the way you think it will by looking at the title. It's Fallout 76. This game kind of has a stigma around it. A nasty, gross smell that every gamer still remembers even years down the line. But let me explain really fast what I mean by saying this is going in a different direction. See, I've been starting and quitting this game for countless times since launch, never getting past the 2 or 3 hour mark. But I said, screw this, I'm gonna sit down and bear with it because I want to make a Fallout 76 video. So the past 2 weeks or so, I have played over 60 hours. I have done the entire main storyline, the entire Wastelanders main storyline, a huge long quest chain of one of the allies, the entire storyline for the Overseer, Enclave, and the Settlers, and countless side quests. And I can tell you right now, I kind of really like Fallout 76. No. Don't click that, I will explain. So like I said, I could never get into this game in the past. It's not that I don't like Fallout, I freaking love Fallout. Heck, New Vegas is one of my favorite video games of all time. I'm pretty sure the game's perfect. I will fight you right here, dude. Seriously, square up. And despite my gripes, I think Fallout 4 is a great time. I've beaten it several times all the way through. But Fallout 76 never latched me. See, I got it at launch, and back then, and was, I don't know, the buggiest game that has ever existed. Holy crap, name something that could go wrong with a game on release, and I promise you this game has had that issue and some. But yeah, I fell off quicker than Usain Bolt. I couldn't think of a better analogy, bite me. But Fallout 76 isn't just Fallout. It's also Rust, or Conan Exiles, or Ark Survival Evolved. It's a survival game. So Fallout 76 wasn't really made for someone with my tastes. It seemed that way, so I just wiped my hands with it and moved on. Then Wastelanders came out, and again, I played for a few hours, and yet again, I yeeted it off my computer. Mainly because I was really far into several other games I'm playing, so I was not giving it the time it needed. That's my bad, seriously. I know, I may seem perfect, but I promise you I have an issue or two. Then, a lot of time passed, and I was looking for video ideas, and I seen old Fallout 76 sitting there in my Steam library. And I said, okay, 76, let's do this. I'll play for 10 hours or so and then do an impressions video or something like that. That day, I played for 13 hours straight, and 9 hours the next day. It didn't stop. Something grabbed me, and I'll tell you exactly what happened, and how it grabbed me. I think this will explain why I enjoy Fallout 76, when I even thought I was gonna hate it. See, I was playing the game like normal, having a decent time, trying to level up and do the main missions again. Then I got a message about a crashed astronaut, and I was like, oh, it's probably some crazy person I'll have to go kill or something. But no, dude, it was actually a crashed astronaut who I decided to help out by getting her fixed up, helping find some of her crew, doing some small tasks here and there, like taking out some hostiles in the area or recovering some of her equipment that might have been destroyed in the crash. Then she moved into my camp in order for me to continue her quest chain. And my camp, my camp looked like this at the time. Like I said, I didn't really give two diddly craps at the time. Before this inciting incident, it was just a bare minimum. But as a person who gets hugely invested in role-playing games, I was thinking, yeah, this place is not fit for a guest, or a lady by that means. So I spruced up the place a little bit, added a second floor for her to have her own living area, and respect personal space. I added turrets to keep her safe while I was out, gave her a bed, a radio. Then before I knew it, I was making missions for myself to get things I needed to make this place livable for someone. The entire time doing this unique, massive quest chain she gives you, and it is super entertaining, dude. Like, it was super fun, dude. This entire quest chain was amazing, a masterpiece. No spoilers, but here's a hint. That's all I'm gonna say. It started off really generic, and I was kind of like, this is decent, but it ended as Fallout as you could imagine. And a huge choice to make at the end of this quest chain as well. That's right, it taught me choices actually matter now in the game. Can I get a poggers in the chat? That felt like acid coming out of my mouth. I am so sorry, I'm never gonna do that again. again. But before I knew it, my house looked like this. That's right, I actually started caring about the game and caring about my camp and the well-being of the person at my camp. I finished her quest change and even romanced her. Yeah, there's actually romance in the game now. This is when the game hooked me. It added an incredible character with a huge side quest that could have been skipped over if I just wasn't in that area or just decided to ignore it, like I ignore half of the event that come over the radio, at the time at least. And not only that, it gave me a reason to get into the huge crafting system. It made me care so much about my camp and other NPCs. That's not just an isolated incident. After this, I was much more invested because this game had actually gotten my attention a little bit. And it continued to surprise me with how much fun I was actually having. I had to just, admit it. I had to say, okay, I'm having fun. I'm having a great time here. Like, the game right now, compared to the game when it came out, is night and day, dude. It's freaking ridiculous how much better it is now. But what about those changes? What has changed in this game? Let me go over a few of them to give you some examples about that and how much it has changed for the better and how it has impacted my joy with the game. Let's start off with the biggest thing that kept me from having fun on the game's release. I'm sure you are all well aware of this, but when the game came out, there was no NPCs. Like, none at all. Zero. None. Only robots. So the story was just holotape after holotape and felt so horseshoed in. The voice acting was fantastic, I'm not going to deny that, but it was not intriguing. This was the main reason I dropped the game. The survival gameplay, like I said, has never been for me, and that was mixed with the freaking awful story mode. I dropped the game for a reason. But then Wastelanders came out and redid the entire story, basically, in a much more entertaining way. For instance, there is a dialogue system now, and it has some freaking amazing, hilarious parts. Wastelanders extends the story, adds to it, and explains so much more about what's going on in the world of Fallout, making the main mission actually entertaining to play through. Before Wastelanders, it put me to sleep with how awful it was. But after the updates, I legit wanted to know what was going to happen next. Other than the main mission, there are also side quests. The Settlers and the Raiders are the two factions you can really choose between right now, and you can get missions from them and you meet unique NPCs, things like that. Long story short, let's just say Wastelanders made this game playable, in my opinion. To me, this game wasn't really playable before this. Now I know it is not as in-depth as a standard Fallout game, but compared to the coma that was the original game, this is just fantastic changes. Steel Dawn is here too, another story expansion that came out after Wastelanders. It is much shorter and less substantial than Wastelanders, but I'm having a great time with it personally. Part 2 is scheduled to release in a few months, and you bet your beautiful butt that I'm going to be playing the crap out of it when it does. Now I have laid out what I love about the game so far, and you have surely formed your opinion on me on whether or not you want me dead yet. So let's continue this, shall we? How about we discuss a few more things about the game and my opinion on it, shall we? Believe it or not, I have more opinions than just, oh, this game is better than it used to be. Okay, first things first. This game is a first-person shooter. So yeah, what did I think of the combat? It's Fallout 4 but glitchier. Best way to explain it. It's your standard fare for a shooter game like this. You shoot at things that make your reticle turn red. But of course there is the new VATS system. It's all real time and it's basically just auto aim. I hated it to start with, but I found myself using it more and more, especially with shotguns, because I could get a free headshot with a full spread of buckshot right to their head and the damage was nuts. Or if I just felt like just taking out an enemy by doing extra damage to the head from far away, I ended up kind of liking it. New VAT system at the end of the day. As I praised earlier, my joy comes from role-playing in these kind of games. I enjoy doing the mission, giving myself my own tasks to do, and just exploring the world and taking in the environment. There were moments of pure joy to be had in the combat, and it did captivate me enough to focus on my stats and try to increase them, but here's the thing. I said glitchy, and I'm gonna stand by that because, oh my gosh. And this leads me to another point. You're probably asking me through your phone right now, hey, Longbrow, you seem to really like this game. So does that mean it's like really perfect and just polished and amazing? My answer is No, 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 10,000 more times no. There is so many issues I have with this game. It could fill a dictionary, but let's go ahead and go over some of them, shall we? Glitchy, 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 more glitches, so many glitches that other glitches are getting jealous and deciding they want to join the party, so it just adds more glitches, and then they join another party with more glitches, then they all meet up and go to Applebee's to have a big glitch party. It's a headache when the whole game turns purple, or when a mission glitches out and I have to completely reload my save, or completely abandon the mission and get it again, or people pull a Goku in a conversation and I can't continue it, or enemies hovering around like they're on a Roomba, or deciding just to not attack you because they kind of decided to choose peace. All this comes together to form a game that I hate, that I love a lot of the time. It's way better than it was at launch, but oh my gosh guys, it's been years and it's still pretty freaking bad, dude. Other than that, another issue is that the last two main missions are utter bullcrap. One requires luck in getting the right events to progress, and you just have to grind a number until it gets higher. And the last mission is just such a huge jump in difficulty that I had my dad get online to assist me since he plays this game a lot too, making this the only mission in the entire game I had to have help with. And he even got so frustratingly mad that he said a few choice words that I would choose not to repeat here. But after that last mission, I got to launch my nuke. And seeing players rush in there to have fun, since the nuke area is actually the end game area in the game and you get a bunch of great loot in there. It was so cool seeing people, you know, all my hard work pay off with all these people having a great time. But then I just quickly did this. Yep, I didn't even go into my own nuke area because I had spent 4 hours doing the last mission, and I was tired of playing at this point. So I turned the game off and got on the next day. Also, and no, I was not under-leveled. I was already mid-40s by the time I hit this last mission. Also, Fallout first. Screw that. Enough said. Microtransaction. I hate them. I got atoms from doing achievements, so I haven't spent a penny on it, but I don't ever like these kind of things in my AAA games. I know the updates are free in this game, so this is their excuse for it, is they have microtransactions for free updates, but I've just never been a fan of microtransactions in my AAA games. I already bought the game, guys. Come on. I did get a few awesome items from the store, so that was pretty cool. With the items I earned, not the items I purchased, because I haven't bought a single item. You get it. There is actually seasons now too, with tons of rewards, and it's basically a battle pass but without the premium line thing. Just play, do your daily missions, and continue down the path and get some pretty amazing awards. And not gonna lie, this is awesome. I love doing this. It gives you a reason to play every day. There's actually a legendary system in this game as well, which is the whole grindy part at the end. Again, getting these were awesome, and that model popping up and rotating around just made me lift my eyebrow with excitement every time I seen it. Like my pistol that exploded on impact every time I hit an enemy. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it here with my final thoughts. I really like Fallout 76. I do. And it takes a lot for me to say that because for the longest time I had convinced myself I would hate this game. But I can't ignore some of the blaring issues it has. So I repeat, I cannot recommend you buy this game at full price. Wait for a great sale, and then I think if you were to buy it, it might surprise you with being better than you think it would be. Or get it on Game Pass, which I think is a great way to experience it. Get your first month of Game Pass for only $1 and try it out. I wish I could say, yeah dude, go get it right now. I don't care how much it costs, it's worth it. But I simply can't. I had a blast playing it, but I cannot in good conscience say get this game right now at full price. The roadmap for 2021 looks exciting, and this game is still coming out with tons of new content. Let me know what you guys think about the game, if you played it a lot, if you played Wastelanders, if you decided to give it another try, if you played it since launch, if you decided to drop it, if you hadn't even touched the game. I'm honestly curious. Anyways, thanks guys. See ya.